Hey guys, it's me Ryan here. What do you think of something to write with? What's the first thing that comes to mind? That's right, the lucky pen. Ooh. Shoot, I must have misplaced mine. Do you think I could borrow yours really quickly? Okay, alright, cool. Thank you so much. I'm sure to give it right back. Oh, shoot. Pens are, without a doubt, one of the most common things in the world. It's estimated 30 billion pens are used worldwide, with the average person using 4 to 5 pens a year. 4 to 5 pens per person? Are you sure? More like 4 to 5 pens lost in a week. Every time I go to look for a pen, it's just gone. I don't know how this happens, but it just does. Pens are one of those things I'm convinced that no one actually owns. You buy a 4-pack of these things, and somehow you're missing 5. Because nobody has any pens, you're forced to buy more or borrow one, but even if you buy some, I'm sure they'll disappear. If you're buying pens, some of these packs are super cheap, but some of them are really expensive. Like, who is paying 18 bucks for 6 pens? That's ridiculous. When you buy more pens, you're really just increasing the amount you're gonna lose. You'd be better off just borrowing a pen, and I can almost guarantee you're gonna forget to return it. I do speak from experience on that one. I don't do it on purpose. So how do you make sure you return your pens? Well, don't you worry. This is my first time losing a pen. I have a few tips for you that'll help you be the perfect pal to your pens. One of the best ways to return a pen is to invest in this guy right here, a retractable key holder. This one's pretty self-explanatory. When someone lends you a pen, go ahead and gift the key holder to the pen's owner. Put the pen on, and bam! Now you can write as much as you need to, without having to worry about returning the pen. There actually is a company that makes retractable pen holders, but depending on where you're shopping, the key holder is probably about the same price or just cheaper. These holders can get a little awkward though. If you ever have to walk away, things get complicated. Oh! Something not as complicated is to secretly put a sticky note on the person who lends you the pen. Why would you do this? Well, it's to be able to spot the person who gave you the pen easier, of course. This might sound complicated, but let me explain. What you're gonna want to do is act like you're completely desperate for a pen, like literally no one will let you borrow one. So then, whenever a kind soul lends you a pen, you give them a big hug and put a sticky note right on their back. Usually this would be frowned upon, as putting a sticky note on someone is considered a prank, but that's why you write, "I'll return your pen. Leave this on your back so I could spot you." That way when they read it, they'll know you mean no harm. Since not many people have sticky notes on them, you can find the owner and give the pen back with ease.
Hello? Oh, thank you.
If the lender does somehow get away from you, you need a place to keep the pen until you can give it back. Now, where are you most likely to keep a pen? Or anything, really. That's right, your pockets. So what you can do is keep the pen in a pair of pants, like so, and wear them until you see the owner. Wearing the same pair of pants ensures that no matter where you are, you'll have the pen. This also makes sure that if you see the owner in public, this won't lead to an awkward conversation about where their pen is. So those are my solutions for returning a pen. But what if you don't want to do that? You can take pens from many places. Banks, doctor's offices, hotels, restaurants, they all have pens free for the taking. You can also keep the pens you borrow. I know I'm guilty of doing this. I usually put them in this pile of shame I have over here for all my pens. Just to remind myself how many I've taken. Alright, so... Have I really taken that many pens? Oh my, look at all these pens. That's ridiculous. There's no way I've taken that many pens before. I think the funniest part about all this, though, is I have my own pens that I like, but I guess I threw them in here. Hold on. I love these Pilot pens, so the fact that I have all these other pens is just ridiculous. I'm gonna make this right. From this day forward, I'm gonna lend these pens to whoever asks for them. There is one thing to consider, though. How am I gonna get my pens back? Returning a pen is something I know I can do, but not everybody else sees it that way. So how can I make sure that I get these pens back? One of the things you can do is go through your pens at home and see if you have any really crappy pens no one would ever want to steal. That way you have your nice pens and your loaning pens. It's up to you which pens you think are good or bad. All I know is this is the first pen I'm going to give out. If you have a pen with a cap, take the cap off and then give it to the person. I have a very good suspicion you'll be getting that pen back, because who wants to keep a pen with no cap? Who keeps a pen with no cap? That's just the worst. If I lose the cap to anything, it's nearly empty to me. Like dry erase markers? Forget about it. And the final, most foolproof way to not lend out any of your pens is very simple. Lying. You could say you just don't have a pen, the only pen you have belongs to someone really important to you, or you lost yours yourself. You know, that can turn into a very easy free pen scheme, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Lying about your lack of pens is so easy. All you have to do is say, "Oh sorry, I must have lent out my last one." Then that no good soon-to-be pen thief will keep on walking. Just remember this when you're lending out your pens. It's not a lie, if you believe it. Well guys, those are my tips on lending and returning a pen. Pens are quite simply everywhere, but they don't grow on trees. You should always return your pens because that's the right thing to do. To me, returning a pen is like returning a shopping cart. It says a lot about you and shows you really care. So as you can tell, I am the worst person ever.
What do we have here? Oh, holy bazookas! I gotta go!
You missed out on how much because you lent me a pen?
$5. How could you?
I think I'll just buy more pens next time.